All right, we're in the shop, maintenance day, and Josh has so graciously purchased us a DeWalt battery-powered grease gun. And we're going to grease up the bikes today. We're going to do a little bit of maintenance on the bikes today. This is the grease that we're going to use. We've never used it before. We picked it up at O'Reilly's. It is waterproof grease, and it says it is lasts up to 8 times longer, saves time and money, seals and protects, sticks to most metals, compatible with many other greases, salt water protection, and resists washout. As you know, we go through a lot of water when we're riding, so we just picked this up and we thought it looked good. Another thing that we're going to use this PB Blaster silicone lubricant. Now, we generally use the WD-40 brand. The WD-40 brand we have found lasts longer on the machine. But you want to use this silicone lubricant because, like, the very first thing it says, rubber window and door seals. So this is safe on rubber, whereas WD-40 or PB Blaster regular, any of those other types of lubricants will kind of corrode rubber. This will actually protect the rubber, and because it's silicone, it doesn't wash off as easily. So we've got several points on the Can-Ams that we're going to lubricate today. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Oh, you know, we got some essentials over here. So I got my cooler. Let's see what's in the cooler. Now we do have some Coke Zeros. Those are important. But we've also got Josh's favorite here. We got some Cayman Jacks. So anytime you're working in the shop, you've got to have something to drink because it can drive you crazy working on a Can-Am especially. I've got a Kawasaki and it's a lot easier to work on, right? Okay, so mileage. Josh, how do you click through this thing, man? You know I drive a Kawasaki, I don't drive a Can-Am. Which button? Oh, my bad. Here, let me press the button again. Okay, so that's the trip mileage. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we've got, that's trip B. Okay, 137.9 hours. Wow, I'm going to have to turn this thing to on. Okay, 137.9 hours of abuse from day one. Let's see. 1,743 miles on it. So there you go. 143,000, let's see. 137.9 hours, so about 138 hours, and then once again 1,743 miles on it. And this machine here has absolutely been abused and put through the ringer. Josh has shown it absolutely no mercy. He's just absolutely trashed it, to be quite honest, but not a single thing has gone wrong with it. And once again, this is 2020 model. Let's see if the sticker's on the other side. Yeah, 2020 model, Can-Am 850 Outlander. It's just a beast of a machine. All right, so here is the 2021 Can-Am Outlander 1000R. This machine doesn't have near the miles on it. This is Matt's machine, so we'll check this out. That's the trip. Let's see here. How do you scroll through the mileage, Matt, on this thing? Yeah, I'm not. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, so 66.3 hours on the machine and 591 miles on the machine. So not near as many miles or hours, and once again, we haven't had a single thing go wrong on this machine, have we, Matt?
No, not
No,
at all.
nothing wrong on this machine either. So, yeah, we really like. Also, if you're wondering about the power difference between the 1000 and the 850, there's a pretty significant difference. Oh, by the way, what mods do we have on these machines, Matt? We've got the tuner, so we have a custom tune from a guy in Memphis, right?
Custom tune, Ray's tuning.
Okay,
Really
Ray's tuning out of Memphis, Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What other modifications do we have? Do we have any other modifications?
Yeah, shifter mod.
Okay, shifter mod. Tell us why we did the shifter mod.
It's a plastic shifter to where the
Stock.
stock where the link is. Sometimes it breaks because it gets a little tough to do.
Right.
So it's a billet aluminum shifter mod that we put
Okay,
in. This
so
one and
where this connects to the transmission, that's a common thing to break. So we head that off at the pass, right? So both of these have an aluminum,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So now we have an aluminum shifter linkage. We've got the custom tune, which would you say made a pretty significant difference?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It idles better. It doesn't run as hot. Obviously, a little bit more power.
Yep.
What else?
Lots of benefits with it. Smoother ride.
We got the skid plates.
Oh, we got skid plates. How could I not mention the skid plates? Now, which brand did you go with on your skid plates? The same? Ricochet Off-Road.
Yep.
So we've got the Ricochet Off-Road skid plates.
So the front ones are the black colored, the one, everything that shows
Anodized.
is black.
Anodized. Everything that shows is black. And then let me see if I can stick the, here, let me see if I can stick the camera underneath there. So there you can see the rest of it. This is the Ricochet Armor or Ricochet Off-Road, I can't remember. But you also did the wheel wells on yours, didn't you?
Yeah, everything.
Okay, see, we didn't do the wheel wells on ours. I wish I would have. But that's a full body, that is a full body skid plate. So.
Also, the lights have been upgraded to LEDs.
Okay, so they came as halogens, am I right?
That's correct.
Okay, so they came as halogen lights and they've been upgraded as LEDs. What about Josh's machine?
Same low and high beams are LEDs.
Low and high beams are LEDs. And Josh does have the same. He's got the Ricochet Armor, but he did not go with the black anodized on the front. He just went with the straight up.
Yeah,
and
he also still has a stock.
He's okay.
Just got the belly.
Yeah, he's just got the belly, so to protect gliding over rocks.
Correct.
And you can see he has, I mean, if you were here, I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but he has hit some stuff, pretty significant stuff with this.
I'll say this reminds me, so I didn't realize how big of a difference the other skids would be for cleaning the bike.
Okay.
You see, there's not a lot of room here to look inside there and what gets hung in there.
Right,
But
right.
Look at mine, and
Okay.
you can see a lot of area to clean that out.
Okay, so this kind of conceals stuff. Now let's go look at this other one. See the difference in the two. Okay. Oh, it's more open.
Yeah.
Right.
This is folded backwards.
Okay.
If you look right here, you can see everything.
Okay, so it's way easier to clean. Very nice. Okay. And I believe this morning we were talking about doing a suspension upgrade. What are we thinking?
Elkas.
Elkas. We're looking at Elkas.
Yeah, for some reason, my bike, it's really
It does kind of squat in the
heavier.
front.
The front is definitely lower
Yeah.
than Josh's.
Okay, so let's try to pan. Let's try to pan and look at both machines. So you can actually kind of see it.
Yeah, you can.
It's kind of squatted in the front of that machine. Yeah. Let's find a tape measure. All right, so what we're talking about is the front end of the Can-Am 1000. Do you think that's because of the weight? You think that's because of the weight of the engine weighs so much more?
I wouldn't think so.
We feel like it sags in the front. Okay, so let's check this out.
So I'm looking at, 8 3/4.
8 3/4.
Right here.
Okay. Now let's go check the other machine. 8 3/4 of an inch. Okay.
The suspension is the same.
The suspension's exactly the
Even
same.
the stiffness.
Even the stiffness setting is exactly the same. So 8 3/4 on the Can-Am Outlander 1000 2021 model. What do we have here?
9 1/8 easy.
9 1/8. So you're looking at over 3/4 of an inch difference. So this is sagged in the front about 3/4 of an inch. And that's stock. This is a stock machine. Haven't really done anything to it other than what we aforementioned, with the performance tuning and all that. All the suspension upgrades and all that, that's non-existent yet. Tell us about this up here, Matt. Tell us about our RotoPax, because this was kind of a funky situation, am I right?
It is.
So show us how this works, first of all, because a lot of people haven't seen this. I don't think there's a lot of videos on this.
So you buy the RotoPax from RotoPax.
And this is a 2-gallon, right?
2-gallon.
Okay.
This is from their website.
Okay. So it's the official RotoPax container, fuel container.
Along with the holder is
Okay.
from them as well.
Okay, so the RotoPax holder is from them as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what I bought aftermarket is, and I can't remember the guy's name.
Wasn't it on eBay or something?
No, he has a website.
Okay.
And that is this piece, and he basically manufactured this.
Okay.
And he gave me a bolt with these two shims.
Okay.
And he was wrong
Okay.
on it fitting this pack. I ended up having to cut this right here.
Okay.
And he was telling
So
me
you had to modify his modification.
just to get it to work.
Just to get it to
And
work,
he kept
okay.
telling me that well, the RotoPax needs to be flipped or this needs to be flipped. There were no other way of doing it other than his piece that he made was manufactured incorrectly.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's still it's still a great
with a slight modification, you were able to make it work.
You can see right here, there is no flipping it. Even if you flip this to the other side, it did not work.
It doesn't matter because the handle's symmetrical, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So just for re-emphasis, let's show how we put this thing on.
Yeah, so it just slides on.
So slides on and off, and then you just give this a quarter or a half turn. Yep. Nice and tight, and that thing is not coming off this machine. Same for the Can-Am Outlander 850. We've got the exact same modification. We got the RotoPax. Now, we also have some LED bars. Now, you mounted yours a little different than I mounted Josh's. Josh's LED bar, this is a sweet LED bar. So we got these mounts. I think we got them on Amazon. We also got the bar on Amazon. It's just really sleek and slim. And then the actual, let's see, where do you even turn yours on at? Oh, there it is. It's kind of hidden right now because the glue fell off. We need to reattach that. It came with some 3M glue, and I had it attached like right here. But that turns the LED light on and off. Now, Matt, let's see what yours looks like.
That'd be on the Kodiak.
Oh, you didn't put an LED light on this one yet?
Correct.
Okay, okay, so he doesn't have an LED light on. Stock winches. Winches came with the machines. Stock tires, which here's the thing about the stock tires. The stock tires on the Can-Ams are awesome. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes me want to put them back on after.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm thinking about for my Kawasaki. Now, I did go with I went with like a V-tread pattern, but the tires have worn so incredibly well. Let's take a look at Josh's. Josh's are stock. So these are the original tires that came on the machine. You can see we got a plug here, but he still has a little bit of tread, and he's got like 1,800 miles on it, I believe is what I said in the beginning of the video. Am I right? 1743 miles on these tires. And these are the ITP TERRACROSS, and they are a 265. They're 14-inch rim, so it's like a 26-inch tire. But he has absolutely hammered this bike, and you can see there's still a decent amount of tread left on it. I don't think he's in. Would you say he's going to get to 2,000 miles on these, Matt?
Easy.
I would say easily. I'd say closer to 2,500. So yeah, really, really nice tires on the machines. Oh, the cooler mod. We haven't talked about the cooler mod. Yep. Let's talk about the cooler mod real quick. So Matt went with black. Josh's has got a white one. So here are the links that you purchase. Where do we get these, Matt? eBay?
I bought those on eBay.
Bought these on eBay. Okay. So let's show what yours. Now this is a BRP product. So this is made by Can-Am. The same people that make Can-Am make this cooler, and I believe it's originally for like a jet ski, right?
Yeah.
I think they market it for putting on their jet skis. Okay.
However, it does fit perfectly. As you can see, it's very centered.
Yeah, yeah. Let's take a look.
It will not fit in reverse.
So you can't turn it around to where it opens from the front, which is not a big deal, really.
But normally you see them on jet skis.
You see them on jet skis, yeah.
So the way it works is over here.
Let's take a look at this. Okay. Let's take a look at this.
Is your
okay. Oh wow.
That's
Josh's doesn't have that.
Correct.
Okay, interesting.
But sometimes it can be difficult, but
okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You just flip it to the open position.
You flip it to the open position, and the cooler will actually, because the cooler doesn't. Here, let me see if I can get a. There we go. Okay, nice.
So it just slides in.
Okay. So this was already on the cooler? Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay, so that was already on the cooler. All we had to buy was the links, and they fit right on this. They got this link system rack on the Outlanders. So let's show how this thing.
If you just twist them, they come right out.
Oh, interesting. Look at that.
Like
Isn't that awesome? Now, I wish my Kawasaki had that really bad. That is really cool. Okay.
But it's just got a holder. Fits
okay.
in.
Okay.
So you.
Okay,
like
there we
that.
go. So it's in on that side.
Push it down on this
Push
side.
it down on this side. And then flip it.
Done.
And then he's got this little mud flap, right?
Yeah, it just covers.
And so now that sucker, it's not coming off, am I right? No bungee straps, no ratchet straps. It's not coming off, and you've got enough space. You know, it's not a huge cooler by any means, and it doesn't have a drain port. But you could fit a 12-pack in there. Am I right?
You could, and the size, yes, it's small, but it's designed to where you pack it tight so it's not
right.
shifting.
So that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, because I can't tell you how many times that we've had sodas and food just explode in the cooler, because when you're going up this rough terrain that we go up, in the Ozark Mountains, the bike is moving like crazy the entire time. So everything in your cooler is just going nuts. And I've tampered with the idea of doing dry packs, like the ice packs, so that I don't have the ice sloshing around. But it will actually cause your sodas to explode, especially if they're canned sodas. So we kind of switched to bottles, haven't we, since then? Yeah. And by the time you get to your first break point, the label is worn off the bottle. So that's kind of a pain to deal with. But when you've got a smaller cooler like this, you pack it tight, you don't have to worry about that as much, because nothing can move around. There's so much stuff in there. So even your trash, when you get done with it, you put the leftover bottle right back in there, because you want that space taken up. So, but I can tell you from experience, I've had a lot of experience on this machine, and I've had some experience on this machine, and I can tell you right now, there's not a ton of difference, but this one does feel like a rocket ship between your legs. Like, it's just crazy. The 850 has more than enough power. If you're on the fence between the two, they're both really good machines. I can't say enough good things about them. They're built like tanks, really. But the 1000 does have that little bit of boost. What is it, 91 horsepower or something like that?
Correct. I'm brushing 100 horse with the upgrades.
With the upgrades, he's clicking close to 100 horsepower. Stock on the 850 is 78 horsepower. Both machines are just incredible. I will say this, both machines are faster than my 750. On the low end, I can take the 850 up to about 30 miles an hour, and then he just runs right around me. The power band just never stops on the things. So pretty cool. Definitely a heavier machine, wouldn't you agree with that? A lot heavier machine. My Kawasaki weighs 700 pounds. These weigh over 800, would you say? Over 800 pounds. So, anyways, we're going to get on some maintenance here. We're going to talk about some things that we like about the Can-Ams, and we're going to talk about some things that we don't like. Well, we've already talked about some things that we like. Let's talk about some things that we don't like when we get into the maintenance part of things. So one other thing that Matt was pointing out to me, on the full belly mount, you've got a lot of protection here for this rear boot, which is super nice. These boots can get caught on sticks and rocks, and they can tear. So it's nice to have a little bit of protection down here from that ricochet armor. We did not put that rear skid on Josh's 850, and you can see how open and exposed they are. Now, Josh hasn't had a problem with that, but you can see how in certain situations he might face some problems down the road if he doesn't get that rest of that belly mount on. You can see where Josh's belly mount ends, the skid plate, the protection. So he might have some problems with that in the future. Another thing I wanted to note about Josh's machine, the rear, look at that, typical Josh style. He's got leftover packages of beef jerky and Mountain Dew bottles and trash in there. Also his, I believe, is this his manual in here?
Oh, probably.
It kind of looks like his manual, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Worn to trash. So he keeps it in the bag, and oh no, that's the worn winch manual. Okay.
Well, I took the other one out.
Okay. So Josh's leaks, right? And it didn't always leak, but didn't it just start leaking randomly one day?
Yeah.
So it just started leaking one day. Another thing that I think I should show if you buy one of these Can-Ams, when you close the lid, that's not closed. This is still flipped up. So if you're riding down the road, you can see how it can actually almost come undone. And the muffler, yes. Matt's showing me the muffler. So explain this to me.
Yeah, so when I bought mine, the guy did this, and he didn't latch it good enough. And he rode so long with it like this that it actually melted all this plastic right here. So I ended up buying a new cover.
New cover, right.
Because I didn't like it.
Yeah, so
I'm just weary of it, and I
yeah.
just make sure that.
So every time from now on, we make sure when you open this, when you close it, make sure you push that lever back down, because It almost happened to Josh's, didn't it? At one point in time. So the point though is Josh's leaks, Matt's does not leak. I don't know if Josh's seal has been compromised or what, but Josh's rear lid does not, hold out the dirt and the debris and the water. Matt's, you've had yours submerged.
Yeah.
He's had his submerged and it's clean. No, not a problem. All right, so we're taking panels off the Outlander 850. And Matt, is this the shifter you was talking about, the linkage? Where's it at? This is the linkage right here. So for those of you that have a Can-Am, this linkage right here is plastic, correct? Yes. On the stock Outlander 850s and 1000s. This one is aluminum machined, and it will never break. So right now we're taking the panels apart to get to the shearing shaft. Josh is laughing at me. Every time you laugh at me, I'm gonna put you on video, Josh. So we have found the linkage. I don't think you can pick it up on camera. A second. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and steer it a little bit, Josh. No, I got the light. All right, so those of you that have followed along in the videos, you know how bad and squeaky Josh's steering is. We want to fix that. It's a Can-Am problem. It's a common Can-Am problem, actually. If you'll research it, a lot of Can-Ams have that issue. So we're wanting to get to the source.
Okay, stop.
Oh, there's a grease cert in there.
This is it. It's split.
Check this out.
It's split. I see it. Dude, I see it. Okay, hey, work it just a little bit. Don't go full range.
You see it split right there?
I do. Oh, wow. Now turn it back the other way a little bit. Wow.
Okay, go ahead, Josh. Twist it a few times. Listen, that's it.
That's it. One. That's the one right there. So you can actually see it from down below.
Yep.
Wow.
Aaron, look how stupid this is. There's a grease cert right here.
Just a minute, I will.
That you would have.
All right, hey, twist that wheel again.
That's because there's a bushing there.
Yeah, but how stupid of a design is that?
Dude,
Okay.
we just took everything away from the steering. Everything else is back here.
Okay, so where's the grease cert, Josh, that you were talking about? There's a grease cert. Oh, I see it. There's a grease cert down in there. Okay, let me see if I can see it from down here. I do. I see it. No, you can get to it from right here.
Now,
so there's a grease cert.
Right now?
Okay. That sounds good.
What is this? Grease cert. Or, what is that? That's a grease cert, right? Or no, that's an air bleed.
Air bleed. Air bleed.
Sorry, my bad.
Dude, that just made a huge difference. The second
Huge
one
difference.
More than the other one.
Let me feel of this. Here, let me feel of it.
There's still something else.
It seems to be. All right, so a little bit disappointing. We've got this thing kind of stripped down. Josh, why don't you give us a little demonstration? Let's listen closely, friends. Okay, so what you're hearing is the tires and the other bushings, but everything in the steering is fixed now. We've got all the squeak out of the steering. There were 4 different points that we ended up spraying lubrication on. And I know the camera probably won't ever pick that up, but they're there. So there's four different points that we sprayed lube on. A couple down here, and then a couple up here down through. So that steering shaft has several different linkages that cause that squeaking. So that is annoying.
Sorry.
3 went out. 2 was perfect. I seen it jump at 2.
So it takes no time at all.
Wow. So the grease gun's awesome.
Wow.
Nice. All right, so we got that one greased.
There's a light on the bottom.
Nice. All right, so get ready for another pump. That's going to grease this one here.
Okay, he's on the
2
net.
shots.
2 shots, Josh.
Sorry, that was 3.
No, I didn't see any come out, so I...
Do another little shot, just a little one.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, 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 gosh.
And it comes quick.
Two is good.
I seen
three
that.
is okay,
Fast
too.
and furious.
I seen that.
4 is not fast.
Wow. It's definitely greased up. Okay.
I should be letting
Watch
you
out
on
here.
this thing. I can stand and do this if you're gonna put it on the net.
I can.
All right, so here we go. We got a nice grease cert here. Clean that thing up a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah. Couple of shots. Think it's good?
I think so.
Pretty good. Okay. So we've got the rear end. We've got a few of those done. We got several to do. I can see one right here. See if I can shine the light and show you guys. There's one right there. You can maybe see it. There's grease certs all over this thing. I wish my Kawasaki had them. It does not have any that I know of. It might have some, but I haven't found them yet.
Right. Yep. Drive shaft. Is that one on the drive shaft? Did we get any coming out the other?
I think, no, keep going. Oh, it's coming out of the nip. You're gonna have to go down a little bit. Yep. Don't hit it.
There we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay, you good.
So we finally decided to just take the wheels off this thing and jack it up. Very difficult to get to all of the grease certs.
I got something leaking up here. There we go.
Might be that antifreeze we put in there, huh?
Might be.
Remember we had to put some coolant in? Yeah, Josh's coolant was a little low in his reservoir. We
Matt,
put a little coolant
On
in.
top of here, there's a nip. Right.
Zert,
Sir, my bad.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. Thank you.
There's one on each side.
they're just everywhere.
There's
Here's one
another
right
one.
here. You seen this one, right?
I did.
Okay. Just grease certs all over this freaking bike. So we counted, and there are actually 5 grease certs on the front left and 5 grease certs on the front right. So 10 grease certs total on the front. That's just the ones that we found. There might be more. But we decided to just go ahead and jack the entire thing up and take the wheels off. It was just easier to get to the grease certs. But now Josh is putting the front wheels back on. And if you're not in the Flex lineup, I highly recommend Flex tools. I use them a lot on my job sites. I'm a carpenter, and we really like the Flex tools. So we've got the Flex modular work light here. Great little light. It also comes with a tower, so you can hold it stationary, or you can take it off the tower and just use it for like what we're using it on today. And then we've got the Flex high torque impact wrench, and we've got the speed turned down to speed 1 so that we don't over torque it. So what's unique about this specific high torque impact is it's got this shock shield technology. So the head of the wrench is actually floating. So if I put it down, you can kind of see how the shock shield works there, so you don't feel the vibrations as much in your handle. Really, really nice wrench, and we've had it for, going on a little over a year now, close to 2 years. So really nice stuff. All right, yeah, you got to pop that loose. There you go. So you got, I believe that is the belt intake. Am I correct? Belt air intake. I don't know. I'm not a Can-Am guy, so I don't know these things. But that screen needs cleaned out, Joshua. Okay. Let's check the air filter. How about that? This should be interesting. It's been a while. Ooh. Ooh, let me see. Yikes, that pre-filter is, ugh. Man, look at that. You can see where a lot of the air comes on the bottom. Caked, man. So we need to clean that filter out. Yikes, been a while. Here we go. Want some of this? There you go. A little Dawn in there. Wash that dirt out real good like. Man, the amount of dirt coming out of that thing is crazy. I think you need another squeeze, don't you? You want another squeeze? A little more Dawn. Wow. That's a nasty, yeah. Scrub a dub. There you go. Man. Man, that's nasty what's coming out of there. Those hot, dry, dusty conditions. You want a little more? A little more Dawn? I think you're going to need some.
It might be too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. So this is the 2021 Outlander 1000. It's been a minute since you've done yours too, isn't it?
It has.
So let's see what the Outlander 1000 looks like. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Twist that sucker around.
Probably because of that.
Yeah, so Matt actually has an aftermarket seal on his. The seals are known to be not very good on these. So that could be. Also, you skipped out on the last ride.
True.
So Josh has got another ride on his Can-Am, but whoo, that's dirty. Yeah, that belt intake needs to be washed. All right. Nice, new, well, not new, cleaned filter, pre-filter, right? And then we blew out the actual filter. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so this oil here on the left, that came from the Outlander 1000. We don't know how many miles on either of them, but it really doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. Exact same oil. What kind of oil is it, Matt?
AMS oil.
AMS oil. So this is AMS oil, full synthetic. So really good if you're familiar with AMS oil. AMS oil, ATV oil. So this really doesn't look too bad. Josh's, let's see what his looks like. I haven't even looked at it yet, so this is my first shot. You know, it doesn't look horrible. It really doesn't. It's definitely dirtier than the 1000, which it should be. It's got more mileage on it, but doesn't look near as bad. So both of them, AMS oil, full synthetic, but you got a lot more miles. Well, you probably got at least 100 more miles on it. So on an ATV, that's pretty significant, especially when you're hammering down. But there's your differences. So here's one thing that is irritating for a Can-Am owner. Am I right, Matt, in saying that?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a
simple.
right. It's kind of a poor design. So instead of so one place that my Kawasaki kind of exceeds is maintenance. I feel like it's a little easier to maintain. Air filter's more accessible. The oil filter is more accessible. The oil filter on this machine is old school. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you say that's true? Because like on the old Hondas, they were in the same location. Like that 300 I had, it's internal. So instead of like on my Kawasaki, I have an oil filter on the bottom, just like you would have on a car or truck. The oil filter on this machine is behind this cover right here. And we'll show you when it slips out, but it's just an inconvenience because you have to take all of this plastic apart just to get the oil filter out. So the thing about it is I don't think Can-Am wants you to change the oil as often as we do, but we ride in these dirty, dusty, rocky conditions, and if you're anything like Josh, this guy, he hammers down like crazy on his. I mean, he's like punching it at every turn and corner. So, I don't know, better safe than sorry. We're just the type of guys that would rather change the oil more often than not. So, just a little bit different perspective, but Yeah, this machine is hard to access the oil filter, for sure. Not the best design. And then the last one, you got to get literally behind the wheel well to take it out. What a pain.
I mean, it's such a pain. I'm having to use this knuckle.
Yeah, he's having to use a knuckle with it. It's just...
Now, what I do like is they do allow you 2 different methods. The T30 star plus the exterior.
Yeah, what size is that?
8mm.
8mm, so you got 2 different ones. So if the star strips or the Torx, if it strips, or 8mm strips, you've got a backup plan. So here's our cap with our little rubber seal. And then here's our actual Can-Am filter. Is that a BRP filter? Like,
No.
no,
K&N.
it's not an OEM. Oh, it's a K&N? Okay. K&N oil filter. So it's not an OEM BRP filter. It's a K&N. Kind of stuck in there a little bit. You need some needle nose. Yeah, little screwdriver. There you go. You have a K&N to replace it with?
Yes.
Nice. So why did you go with the K&N? Just better performance, or?
No performance upgrade.
Okay.
Cheaper.
Cheaper, wow, okay.
Same quality. I'm
Same
sure.
quality as OEM, just cheaper. Okay. Surprising for a K&N, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's what you're left with when the filter's out. Kind of crazy. All right, so this new filter, K&N, where's the box? Did you just throw it in here? Oh, it's just a white box.
Yeah.
Okay. So new filter, K&N. There you go. All right.
That's it.
That's it. No big deal. Put our cap back on. There we are. And then you've got your, there you go. All right, so what kind of oil we got here? AMSOIL, full synthetic 5W40. All right.
Yeah, 5W40 was the kicker.
Okay. Kind of hard to find, am I right?
Correct. That's why it says European.
That's why it says European. Kind of difficult to find. So do you know how many quarts this thing takes?
It was around 2.
Yeah, right. I believe my Kawasaki takes 2.5 with a filter change, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's 2. Either way, very similar. My Kawasaki, though, I believe takes 10W40, not 5. I know, something that's weird is when you buy the BRP oil that they sell at the Can-Am dealerships, at least the last time I checked, it was like a synthetic blend. It wasn't a full synthetic. That's correct? Yeah. So I don't understand why they do that. It's kind of weird. I'm sure they have their reasoning. I would rather have the full thing. I don't want something that's halfway done, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. And we got Josh back here still working on his machine. We just got the oil filter changed, and he's made a mess of his bike. There's oil all over the place. But you got the new filter in?
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Okay.
That's just lubrication.
Oh, lubrication. Does it make you go faster? Is it more aerodynamic? Okay.
You slide right through the air.
You slide through the air. Okay. All right. All right. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little maintenance day in the shop. The Can-Ams have been good to us. A little review, how we feel about them. They're awesome. Even though I drive a Kawasaki, I really, really like the Can-Ams. Moving forwards, if Kawasaki doesn't release a 1000, my next bike, should the Cowie ever give me problems, I'll probably go with a Can-Am. They're just solid bikes. So yeah, where are we going riding next, Matt?
Russellville.
Russellville, man. We go to Russellville. We've got options. You know, we go north, we go south. Max Pines, Mill Creek is okay. Moccasin Gap, though, man. Go east, go west to Moccasin Gap. It's awesome. Such a good time. So, yeah, we're planning on hitting up the trails real soon, and the bike should be ready to rock. So, see you on the next one. Like and subscribe.